What's good? It's your man MikeO from Let's Talk About It. Hit that subscribe button. Haters, what you gonna say? Canelo is set to fight Terreance Crawford and Jermal Charlo. I don't want to hear no more tomato cans. I don't want to hear no more ducking. He's given two quality fights. If these two fights happen, I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Give Alvarez his props, especially if he wins these two fights. I feel like he deserves his props anyway for even taking these fights. This just adds on to his resume. Already a Hall of Fame fighter, and I think he can beat Jermal Charlo. Now, Bud, on the other hand, that's not going to be an easy task. He's a champion, so I give him, I'll say that he has a chance of winning, but I'd honestly side with Terreance Crawford if those two fought. However, I think win or lose, you give him props for stepping up to the challenge. As I said, he's been called, accused of ducking fighters. He's been accused of fighting low quality fighters. So now in 2024, this may put him at Fighter of the Year if he comes out in victory in these two fights. Just my opinion. I think this is, a big push for Terreance Crawford too, who he deserves this. Let's just be honest. Bud's been a fighter who's been ducked his entire career as well. And I think that this kind of mega fight is something that's been well deserved. I think he's been underpaid as a boxer, and this type of payout I think is great on his way out. I think he has, about a good 3-4 quality fights left in him, and I hope that these fights are huge fights and paydays for Bud. But getting back to Canelo, hands down, these are the fights that I would assume his haters would want to see, and also his fans. I know this is something that I want to see. I think Canelo probably is a couple years out from retirement. So I do want to see these types of fights, but do I expect these type of fights every fight? No. I think with him having over 60 fights, that he has to have moments where he's having less risky fights. And he's taking risky fights, example, Bivol, who won. So I don't really think that you can call him a ducker when he fought a quality fighter who beat him. Like I said, I think Charlo, I think that's a victory for Canelo, but fighting Terreance Crawford, I don't know. He has speed and power. That'll be a war, and I think Canelo's a defensive fighter as well, but I think that Terreance Crawford will be too much. But let me know what you think. Who do you think wins between Canelo and Charlo? And who wins between Canelo and Crawford? Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm out.